Hello researcher tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Factorio with me, BlueAnkylo. In our last episode we set up some basic mining drills, electric mining drills, and some basic base defense with some turrets to fend off the monsters. We're still pretty weak, but I think our bases are relatively well defended at this point, as long as we keep them full of ammo, that is. Once they run out of ammo, then we're in trouble. Anyway, for today's episode, the plan is to get research automated, or at least starting to get it automated, and to continue improving our factory process, basically. I want to get better automation than I already have. That's the plan. Okay, so let's see here. How do I want to start this off? What we finished last episode, the very end of last episode, we researched a new item, the long-handed inserter. These guys are very useful, so I'm going to build a few of them and show you guys how to use them. I think I also need to improve my my steam engine pretty soon. We're going to need more power for sure, so I'll build another boiler. Oh, under attack. Are we okay? Ooh, I am actually going to need more turrets. That was just enough to fend them off. Wow. Okay, well, we'll keep building more turret stuff. That's fine. I don't mind. I like it when it's exciting like that. Let's do 3 turrets this time. I wonder if the one like ran out of ammo or something. I don't want to give it... Oh, let's keep it at 14 because I'm a little bit low on guns. Okay, well, that's fine. Start of an episode, we get attacked. That's no big deal. I don't know if these waves keep getting harder or not. Like, as time goes on, it's possible they keep getting bigger, and I really do need to clear out those spawners pretty soon. But I need new weapons and I need better armor before I can do that, or at least better armor for sure. Alright, turrets are almost done, and hopefully 2 turrets up here will be enough. I'm glad that they didn't destroy any of our important stuff or kill me. Alright, so we'll put 2 gun turrets, something like that. We'll give them a bit more ammo. 26. Again, I'll start with lower ammo just because I don't have a ton to spare. I got to keep some on me as well. Anyway, what I want to do is get these red things working. The red long-handed inserters. So this time I'm going to put them... I'm actually going to put them on the left side, so I have to move this stuff around a little bit. The power poles need to be somewhere else. I think this will work. There we go. And what we're... Actually, no, that's not how I want to do it. Shoot! These stupid power poles, they don't provide a large enough radius around what I want them to do. How am I going to do this then? Because what I want is to have another track there, and then the red ones are going to... Well, I guess basically these are going to have to move. Unfortunately for them. It'll be fine, it'll be fine. We'll get everything back up and running. I have to put it there. And then everything's hooked up, except for that. There's going to be dirty power poles everywhere. Eventually we'll research a way to get rid of those things, but for now, that's just going to have to do. And then this side, right. Finish my thinking here. It is dirty, it's ugly, I hate it. No, those can't be there. How is this supposed to work? I know I've done it before at this phase of the game without any better electric poles. Because what I want to have is... I guess I should show off what I'm trying to do here first. I want to have a red one there. You can see they actually have a radius of 2 now. Instead of just taking from the square beside them, they will take from 2 squares over and put it 2 squares in the other direction. So for instance, the goal here is to get... I do have to power that, of course. There. So the iron plates are going to come down on their own, whatever you call these things, their own belt, their own transport belt. And then I can start using those to craft stuff, because I don't need iron ore for anything. Unfortunately, powering this all has become a bit of a problem. Is there any way they can't power, they only power 2 around themselves? They have to have an input. I guess. Okay, yeah, this is fine. What I'm going to do is just spread it out a little bit more. We're going to, between each furnace, we're going to leave a spot for a power cable. That will work. It's not as pretty or as symmetric as I might prefer, but I think it'll be fine. All right. So we're going to leave a space, put a furnace, leave a space, put a furnace. Yeah, it will take up a longer area altogether. But it'll be fine, it'll be fine. I'll need more track, of course. So let's start building some track. And this time the power poles are going to I'm going to put them in between the furnaces rather than beside them, like that one. Bad. Those don't quite connect, do they? I spend a lot of time trying to remove annoying poles, just because they drive me crazy. Is that not? Oh, it's just because they're not connected there. So that will work just fine. Good. Is everything going to be connected now? No power there. That's fine. Don't need it. Sorry for the mix-up there. Okay, so now all I have to do is build a bunch of inserters. And probably a couple more long ones too. And we'll just reset up the way we used to have it. With the iron going in. Yeah, this is... Actually, I don't... What am I doing? I put down two more furnaces that I had from somewhere else that I don't need. Messing around now, just wasting time. I know. Alright. So there, that's about right. How many is that? I only wanted 4. Yeah, 4. Sorry, guys. Okay, so... Oops. There we go. And then this will need to go up to here. Actually, I have to do this slightly different. Sorry. And I'm going to make it symmetric again, too. So we're going to reset all these inserters again just so it looks prettier. Whenever I'm doing my factory layout, I always get a little bit anal for things looking nice, because they can get messy really quickly. Yeah. So we're just putting up... Each of these furnaces is 2 by 2, in case you're wondering. It's pretty obvious. And it doesn't matter... I think I said in the first episode, it doesn't matter where you put in or pull out of them, so long as it's adjacent to the furnace itself. Okay, this is going to work. This is going to work. There we go. We now have all 4 furnaces contributing to the same line that will collect steel plates, or sorry, iron plates. There are actually steel plates later on. And furthermore, if I wanted to, I don't know if I do exactly or not, but we can put them in a chest here and they'll all end up in one box for us, which is good. Now, usually when I get to about this when I get to about this section, something interesting happens. I say interesting, it's kind of a pain. But basically, this one inserter is probably not going to be fast enough for this backlog, and basically what happens is these furnaces will stop working eventually. They'll fill up on iron plates, and it actually won't take them out quick enough. So what I tend to do is this funny little loop. For now, this is all temporary until we get better equipment. Oops. And we're just going to make a little 5x5 little loop-de-loop. And this will just keep everything working while we're away, basically. There we go. So now, all 4 of them will pull, and there shouldn't be any backlog for the other guys. They should keep putting iron plates onto the thing. Unless... No, I'm pretty sure 4 should be enough to pull out, to fill it up. Also, I'll take this opportunity to upgrade to iron plates. Or, sorry, to iron chests. Also, I need to start doing that. I probably need to do the same thing on this side with the... Oh, we're under attack. Oh, man. Okay, that was pretty close. 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll make some repair. Gotta keep these turrets alive. So luckily, 2 turrets up here plus the 3rd down there were enough to fight off that round. Gee whiz, these guys are tough. Alright. They keep interrupting. Alright, turret is repaired. Everything is good. Everyone is happy. So what I was saying is I should probably do the same thing on this side with the coal. Just so we're not... Like right now, it's not using it as fast as we're producing it, basically. Okay, and then we'll do the same thing. We'll put a box. A box. The wooden ones really are just a box. And we'll get the inserters working here. It is fun if you stand on the belts. You will follow them around yourself. So you can just go AFK for a while and your guy will keep moving around. Didn't need that one there. We do need more power though. Can I connect? No, it's going to be ugly. Sorry guys. I was hoping that I could go from this one right to this corner here, but not so lucky. Alright, anyway, all the coal will end up in there now. That's not used by the first 4 furnaces. Alright, and you can see here the iron plates are all ending up in the box correctly. There we go, 371 iron. We're getting iron plates like crazy now. Woohoo! Alright, this is all working the way I wanted it to work. So, it took a little bit longer than I was hoping. Now, we still have our research. The other step for today that I wanted to get working was research. So, the way... Oh, also the iron chest. Sorry. Let's do that right now. So, as you may notice, a wood chest has that many slots. You can actually put an iron chest right on top of it. Doesn't cost you anything, and it will double the size of it. So, I think that's a good upgrade for not too much money. Okay, so, on the topic of labs, where you put your labs is very important because your goal, or at least my goal, is always to get the red, green, and eventually blue and purple beaker things to automatically get put in them, so you don't have to manually, you know, do this on your own over and over and over again. I'll do it one more time while we're setting stuff up, but I don't want to do this forever. I don't know what I want to research yet. Just put them down. This is ugly, I know, but for now, this is just what I'm going to do. I think there was another thing to research that was 10, right? Oh, actually just had it selected there. Optics for light, not big a deal, not a big deal. I don't mind manually doing the 10 research. Oh, the armor actually, yeah, let's do that manually. But once you start doing 50s or 100s plus the green stuff, it actually just takes a ton of time for your guy to craft all this stuff up. It's not too fun. Also, I've been collecting my stone off camera if you're wondering where that's all coming from. It's working just fine. Also, I'm probably low on power now, yeah? No. 389 out of 510, we're okay. Probably once I turn these on, we'll be a little bit low, but... Actually, no, they have power. Good. We are good. Okay, so... Let's just get this started. Well, I want to have exactly 10 so I can just split it. And then we'll talk about what goes into automating these labs, basically. That's the next step. I do need copper to get up here eventually. The iron is the most important, but we will need copper as well. And we'll need... What I like about this area is it's easy to extend the amount of iron we've got, and I'll be able to pull down this same line much more iron if I like to in the future. Same with coal, which is actually going to be very helpful for all this automation in the future. Okay, so that'll get us armor. Now, let's look at what goes into these science packs. Iron plates and copper plates for red. That's pretty easy. But how can you automate that? We can't put in two at the same time. So what we're going to need to do is create another new item, the new item of the day, which is the assembly machine. We'll probably need a fair number of these eventually. I can guarantee. Now, the way these work, I'm just going to put one down in a power zone just to show you. They do consume electricity. That's one of the reasons we need electricity to get things working. Good, you researched that very quickly. Thank you. In fact, while I'm explaining this, let's make some armor for ourselves. Iron armor is better than nothing. Once it's done, it'll just go on automatically. There you go. So, the way the assembly machines work is you choose the recipe, just like our recipes, so we could make circuits. Now, the basic ones can only use 2 ingredients at a time. So some things might be too complicated for it. I don't know if I have any recipes yet that are too complicated. But it could happen that some of these are too complicated. But we're talking about... well, I guess... Wait a second. I'm doing all this stuff. Iron plates and copper plates, those are just what comes out of the furnaces. So that doesn't really matter. Well, let's look at the green one. Sorry, this makes it a little bit better. Oh no, sorry, it's I can't even read. I've been looking at the raw materials. It requires a copper plate and an iron gear wheel. That's what I was looking for. The iron gear wheel takes iron plates. That's what I was meaning to get. So, what we can do is pick the iron gear wheel, which we've been making tons of. I've just never had to manually do it. All we need to do is get iron plates into this machine. We're actually under attack again. Are we okay? Yeah, no problem, no problem. Do a little bit of repair here. It's like every night we get attacked. Still good on ammo. 9 and 14, no problem. Good. So don't worry about it. We're good. Maybe the first assembling can only handle one item. I can't remember. As you get better assembling machines, you can add more items. Anyway, point is, what we're going to want to do here is set up a chain where we want to insert, with an inserter obviously, from a belt that has gears on it, as well as copper plates somewhere else. So maybe, say we'll have 2 lines, for instance. Or wait, no. Sorry. We actually have to craft the red thing first. But you know what I mean. The point is, we'll have one of these making gears, and then another one. So they must be able to do a 2 for. They must be able to do 2 combination. Let's just build one, and then I'll double check. I don't think we have to get assembling machines level 2 to do what I'm thinking. So let's put it down. Sometimes I derp. You know, I know, guys. And this time, let's say we wanted to make the red goo. Yeah, okay. So it all works. This time you'd want to put... Now, you could manually do it. Like, we could manually make a couple copper... or a couple gears. Let's just make a couple quick. We can put... As long as it's powered, we can put in some copper plates and some iron gears, and it will start crafting on its own. But that's kind of the lame way to do it. You want it automated, basically. So how are we going to do that? Well... we're going to take this line, because it's going to be the iron plate line, and we're probably going to run it to the left. We're not going to need this box. I mean, for now this is fine, but we're going to have it go to the left, and I'm going to use this direction as my research direction, because there's no enemies over here, so we're relatively safe. And we're going to have a chain of... what is that? Is that in? Oh, that was like a dead tree or something. So we're going to use that direction to do our research, basically. It does take a lot of space, but it should be fine because there's not a lot of enemies that direction, so we're not worrying about getting murdered all the time. So let's start with assembling machine. Right. We'll leave a little bit of space, maybe right about... I also have to put it back one, I forget. Yeah, I'm going to put it here. I was doing a little bit of thinking, because the first step is to make iron gears. That's pretty easy. All it takes is the one input. So what we need to do is just put a inserter here. Build a couple more of those while I'm thinking about it. And then we're going to do an extractor to the other side, actually. So that means gears will end up on this line, or I could go somewhere else if I wanted. I can actually... don't need these 2 anymore. Probably don't need all these at all. We'll keep this guy picking stuff up. It'll be fine for now. So gears will end up over here. Okay, like that. And I suppose I might need iron plates again, so we'll keep that there for now. We're going to need to bring power across. So we'll put the power... yeah, just straight across from it. That's fine for now. I like symmetrical. You know me. And we need... where's that other machine? Did I bring it? Yeah, I got 2. So this one will go right here. That'll be actually... yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I could have put it a little bit further down so it always gets a gear, but they'll backlog pretty quickly because nothing else is using them. And so this guy will insert from here. And the thing is, though, to make the red goo, we need copper plates as well. And unfortunately, our copper's a long way away. So that's a long, long, twisty road to get to. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it just yet. What I might do temporarily is just put basically a chest here, let's say. And then sort of manually bring the copper up this far. And then just let this do it from here. I would like to hook this all up automatically, automation-wise, eventually. But for now... oops. Mouse drag failure. Okay. Oops. Ah, this is actually one too close. Oops. This one. Alright. So, just move this down one. No big deal. Put my chest here again. And inserter, although it's actually extracting. It's not a definition that really matters. Okay. So, all I have to do now is put copper plates in this chest, and it will throw them on the ground. And if I put an inserter here, let's put it right there. We'll continue the nice symmetrical line of power lines. This guy will now be crafting red science packs. So what do we do with those? Well, put another one in, and another line. And that will, this guy will now have the red ones. So already I could do the automatic red lab research, which is actually covers a fair bit of early stuff. All I have to do is connect these up to some power. Make sure they've got inserting going on here. Actually, I like symmetrical. Let's put it right in the middle. And that means I do need one more. Oh, of course. I do that, and then I have one short on my transport. It'll work, I swear, guys. I promised this episode I'd get automatic research. If it kills me. Alright, can I reach that far? Yeah. So that'll hit everything good. Oh, but now we're too low on power. It'll work, I swear. We just have to improve our power situation. All these factories and things. Alright, so everyone's out of power. Yeah. Actually, is it just coal? Oh, we just ran out of coal. Easy. Wasn't even that we ran out of steam. I will throw down my second steam engine, though. We'll put it up here, and I'll just build a few more pipes. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe we'll do a couple underground pipes, too. Because right now, if you're down here, you can't run through it, or through the water, obviously. So it's kind of a pain to get back and forth. So what I'll do is I'll add an underground pipe here, just to show that off, seeing as I sort of meant to earlier and I forgot about it. I should connect these up first. There we go. So now we'll have more energy, anyway, more electricity. That's good. And there's enemies attacking. Fight, turret, fight! Actually, those two turrets are doing really good. Must have had a better positioning on those guys. Right, so underground pipes. We're just going to destroy all these quick. Underground pipes are very handy and very useful. So you can see you can rotate this one. So you want to make sure the end connects where you want it to be. And just like that, you can walk through now and the water just goes underground. I think that's really handy, actually. We also might need... Did I make any more... I never made any more boilers. Now that we've got two, I expect we'll probably need at least a third boiler. So we'll just throw that in quick. There we go. It automatically figures its orientation out. Okay, that hopefully is enough to keep two going. Also, right, ran out of inventory space. I do need to deal with this copper automation at some point. We'll keep powering it with more of that stuff for now. In fact, while I'm here, I'll build the second drill, just to keep things working. We'll probably want more than just the one drill and the 2 furnaces before very long. I suppose I probably will automate it. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly how I want to do it. The distances are quite long, basically. Oops. It's a fairly long way to get to our base from here, which is a bit of a pain. Of course, the power was not close enough. It's never close enough. I will get better power eventually. Oh, that guy's actually damaged too. Let's fix that. I really should research the improved words are failing me. The improved electric system as soon as I can, because it bugs me to no end when you have to put these so close everywhere. Alright, so we'll put these up like this. I ran out again. Maybe I'll spend some time between episodes just crafting some basic stuff like this so I don't get stuck. I'll need a couple more inserters too. Alright, don't worry guys, we're almost there. Almost as far as I wanted to go today. The good news is 64 coal does last a pretty long time. And there we go. Good. And what am I looking for? The last one of these. Okay. So basically, we'll have 4 furnaces worth of copper going, same as the iron. We'll actually probably have more copper than we need. I generally run out of iron quicker, so we'll probably have to expand the iron first. I could probably do the same thing here where I use the electric inserters to remove the plates, the copper plates, and then ship the plates up. Either that or I have to ship, I mean I do have to ship the coal down to, because what I want to do is I want to have automatic power generation, because I hate it, you know, the power running out because those ran out. That sucks. So that might be the goal. You know, I might do that off camera just because it's a fairly long, all I'm really going to be doing is laying transport belts all the way between the two bases. That's not terribly exciting, is it? Also, I forgot to actually start research. Oops. So, was there anything else really easy to make? Logistics is good. Electronics we don't need yet. Optics, actually, let's just do the optics quick. So you can see it in action. I'm glad to see my automated research chain is working. We'll also need to make it work for green research, and basically it's probably going to take up like all this area to get green and blue research working. It's crazy. A lot of resources go into it. And unfortunately I still have to manually fill this one with copper plate. But everything else is automated.